Hi everyone, I'm Glenda with Surefit Designs. Tell me, how do we get from here, your basic bodice blueprint, to here, a fashion look? In today's video, we're going to talk about project management or project organization. Quite frequently, I'll get emails from customers and they'll be saying, Glenda, well, now that I've got my basic bodice done, how do I make a fashion blouse out of it? How do I make a fashion garment out of this? And so I'd like you to just think about the resources that you've got all around you. There's ready to wear, there's your mail order catalogs, there's your pattern catalogs. And today in this video, I'm going to use an example of a ready to wear blouse. Let's take a look at what I've got on the mannequin here. We can tell it's ready to wear because it's got a tag in the back. And quite honestly, I don't have a lot of ready to wear because I sew so much of my own clothing. But this is a really good example of a blouse that I did copy, and the copy is what I am currently wearing. So what we really need to do is we need to analyze what's happening in this ready to wear blouse and what are the features and where are we going to get the information from within the Surefit Designs fitting system to get this blouse copied so that it ends up being something that fits you and looks good on you. One of the things that I gave you as a gift actually in April this year was Sally's Silhouette. And for those of you who aren't members of my Surefit Designs newsletter, you certainly do want to sign up for that because Sally is one of the free gifts that I sent out to everybody. And what does Sally do and how can she help you out? Well, she's a great reference and tool because she's basically a well-proportioned body frame upon which you can draw all the designs and features that you're seeing on a garment that you might like to copy. And there's a place for notes as well. And the whole purpose to draw out a design is because it really helps to gel in your mind what it is you need to do in order to create that particular design. So we're going to take a look at what's happening in this ready-to-wear blouse. As we look at we'll start at the top. We'll look at the collar. It's got a collar attached to a collar stand. It has a placket going down the front. It has a yoke on it, and the yoke comes all the way around from the back, over the shoulder, into the front. It also has gathers at the base of the yoke line in the front, and it has two breast pockets on it. And let's see what else. The hemline comes down into about your low hip area. It's got a basic set-in sleeve coming down with some blousing into a very narrow cuff, and it's got some gathers in the back. So now that you know what the design features are that's in this blouse, now how do you translate that from your basic bodice blueprint and achieve that design? Well, first of all, let's start at the collar. I decided that I only wanted a mandarin collar on here. And very recently, we have added the collar collection into the Surefit Designs dress kit. And here you've got a collar stand and various collars that can go onto that. And there is the mandarin collar, which is what I have used to draw this particular design. Once again, we'll take a look at the blouse and we'll say, well, where did these gathers come from? This actually was the bust dart that was transferred up into the base of the yoke line. And of course, you will have the instruction book from the dress kit that's going to give you all kinds of information. And moving the dart around and creating gathers is one of the instructional pages that is in here. Now, what about the yoke? Where are you going to get directions from to do the yoke? Well, I do need to bring your attention to the Surefit Designs Super Index. This was developed by a lady by the name of Sarah Gray, and she's from sewtogether.net. She wanted to see where all the information was in the Surefit Design system. So bless her heart, she indexed the entire thing. And this is also another gift for you that we have given you between Sarah and myself. And where you're going to find both Sally's Silhouette and the Super Index is if you go to either of my websites, surefitdesigns.com or the Surefit Designs Learning Center. Just click on the tab that says Free Stuff, and you're going to find both of these. Now, yokes, you want to do a yoke? Well, this is alphabetical And so you just go to the very last page, and there it says yokes, and you will notice in the super index that everything is color coordinated according to the color of the Surefit Designs kit, and there it will say D24. Well, what does that mean? It means you go to the dress kit instruction book, page 24, and it's going to show you how to do yoke designs. So between Sally's Silhouette and the Super Index, you're going to be able to find all kinds of information in the Surefit Designs fitting system. Now we'll take a look at the front of the blouse. It's got the placket going up the front, and information for that is found in the Surefit Designs shirt kit. You will also see how to add a placket up the front. In fact, the hidden placket actually is incorporated in the So Sensational Shirts designing book. So again, that super index is going to be very, very important for you because it really does tell you where to go to start mixing and matching all of the Surefit Designs information together. Now, I decided that I didn't want the breast pocket in place. And for the sleeve, I decided that I would like to have a little bit of gathering at the top of the shoulder. Again, where do you get directions for that? Go to the Super Index, go to Sleeves, and it's going to tell you that gathered sleeve can be found in either the children's kit or in the dress kit instruction book to add gathers at the top of the sleeve cap. Now, how do we know how long to make everything? Well, of course, if it's a ready-to-wear garment, you obviously bought it because it somewhat fits you. Try it on and don't be afraid to get your tape measure out and start measuring. Measure the length of the sleeve. Does it have enough blousing for you when you put it on your arm? In the case of my arms are very, very short, and so this actually was too long for me, but I did decide I wanted some blousing in this because it is a very, very sheer fabric. So you have to take into consideration what it is you want to, how it is you want it to end up being on your actual body. And before I forget, I would like to talk about wearing ease. With your bodice blueprint, when it's all said and done, it has 2.5 inches of wearing ease in the bust line. For some garments, that's going to be absolutely adequate. But for other garments, you might want more ease. And so again, referencing this, what you might want to do is measure the entire circumference around the bodice and compare it to what your body blueprint gave you. Do you need to add more ease? Do you like the fit of it the way that it is? Keeping in mind that these gathers are going to come from that bust fitting dart. Once you've got them there, do you need to split the pattern open and add a little bit more? In the back of this blouse, we also have some gathers. One way to get them is to split the pattern and spread it apart. But let's say you didn't want any gathers in the back of the blouse and you didn't want any additional in the front, you just want a little bit more ease at the underarm. Well, you can always take your body blueprint up 1 measurement dot. If you go to the surefitdesignslearningcenter.com, go to the article library, you will see an article there called Sizing Up for Wearing Ease. Now, what about the length of this? How do you actually make a blouse with Surefit Designs? How do you get it from this short little waist test bodice to a longer blouse? Well, what you will do is take the top portion of your skirt pattern and draw it off down to about that full hip area, the low hip area, and then take that piece of pattern and connect it up with the skirt, with the bodice pattern, line the two up together, and now you've got your skirt connection down here on your pattern. But again, how long do you know how to make it? And I'm bringing this up with a little smile on my face because I just got an email from a customer that said, Glenda, I had a piece of, actually it was a really pretty piece of muslin that she said would make another test blouse, but I would be able to wear it. And she said, it just fit me beautifully, but oops, the bodice ended up coming to my waistline. I made it too short. And where do I have information on designing? And that kind of spurred me on to do this little video for you, because you really do have to think through a project. You have to organize it, you have to manage it, you have to plan it, and you also have to know whether you're going to work with a woven fabric like this is, Or are you going to work with a knit fabric? You can work with the fabric of your choice with surefit designs, but you just have to plan ahead. So we want to make designing with your body blueprint as easy as possible. It can be very easy. Just remember there are so many tools and references all around you, and surefit Designs provides all kinds of them. So download Sally's Silhouette, download the Super Index, and enjoy designing with surefit Designs because you know it's going to fit you in the end.